We are here in TEDx Beacon Street. We have been adventure catalysts, jumping and attending different talks. And I want to know what you're doing, why you do what you do, why you travel the world
I'm a
jumping.
traveler now, so I used to be a designer. I worked for an entrepreneur for a long time, for about 8 years, starting a company every 10 months with them. And they're actually promoting me to VP across many of their branches across the world. But because of that, I decided to leave because I want to start my own thing. My job was a dream, but I think I left my dream to find another dream. But before I do that, I'm spending about 2 years taking care of some other side projects. One of them being traveling, and traveling is not a vacation. It's traveling to actually learn about different cultures, philosophies, methodologies. Understanding TEDx, what TED and TEDx have brought is you learn that there's a truth to every false that you know, or there's a false to every truth that you know. There's opposites to everything. So when you travel the world, you understand how your current beliefs are just one part of the world, but not the whole world. So traveling to create a better foundation for my beliefs and philosophies. And then the jumping thing. So one piece of advice I heard about is if you travel the world, do something in each country. So I have this simple thing that I'm jumping up in the air in each country, and it kind of represents a few things. One is trying to be yourself and not follow the status quo. So when I get promoted, 99% of people will probably take it. And probably 95% of the world follow what the status quo says. I actually think we're in the part of the world where you can kind of create your own job, your own hybrid, your own self, be yourself, and do that. Go after what you feel versus what you're told, what you're educated to do. And I think we're slowly getting there. I'm not saying that everyone needs it, but I think a lot of people are locked in their jobs or locked in the office space of what they are told is what life is supposed to be like. And so I'm about 11 months in. I just flew in from New Zealand. I've been to about 30 countries since December, and I'm probably going to go to Antarctica, I think, in about 5 days. I haven't bought my ticket yet, so yeah, that's the plan.
I identify with your trips because this is how I started doing my changes.
Yes.
I left a country with a family, came to the United States, and it's not easy to leave your job, your family, your people, your culture, your language, and come to the United States to do the same. So I feel identify what you do to traveling, and in recent years I have increased also my traveling
Yes.
because I teach international business or strategic management, and then I'm now trying to convert all this into lessons. I call it global learning adventures.
Okay.
What I find in each city that is a lesson I want to share with others.
Yes. That's
Tell
how you
me
do it.
2 or 3 lessons that you have learned in a city or in a country that you want to share with others.
So here's a few things, just brainstorming out loud. So one thing, I come from Hong Kong. My family's from Hong Kong, so it's a very, very hard working group in East Asia. America, we work pretty hard too. One thing I realized going to Iceland, New Zealand, and Australia, and a couple other places like Greece, is appreciation for nature. So I'm trying to integrate nature back into my life, though I realized that I don't get as much done, but I feel better. So is it really about me being better or creating something better for the future? I actually want to create something better for the future so I can sleep 1 hour a night and I'm fine as long as the future can sleep more. That's one thing. Another one I've learned is when I traveled the world, I'd only check, I didn't have a SIM card on purpose, so I'd actually talk to locals. I learned that I'd only check email probably 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and night. I'm an inbox zero person, which is the methodology where your inbox is zero every day. And when I travel, when I check in the morning, afternoon, or night, I'd always have whatever 20, 30 things all at once, and I just pound through them versus me checking every 5 minutes for one thing, where that's a total waste of time. I think companies are more efficient if you actually created a methodology where your employees could only do emails at certain times, and then like there are companies that do like email-less Fridays where they have to communicate and do all work without email, and it forces them to do at-hand work and have meetings and stuff, but no emails, because email actually wastes about probably 30-40% of your time. Third one, let me think. The third one, this is actually coming from more of a traveler standpoint, less on the company. I'd say is just understand again how there's a truth. There's a truth to the opposite of what you believe. There's generally a truth to the opposite. If you think this is the way you say thank you, in another country it might not be. If you think giving a hug is the best way, another country it's rude. If you think this is how you do a contract where you have to negotiate, some countries there's no such thing as a negotiation. It's rude if you actually negotiate. So it's actually understanding that there's always an opposite to everything. So don't necessarily be greedy, be understandable, I guess.
That's great. This is the kind of thing that I tell the students when they go do business in another countries. And normally these videos are very short. So the final question, what you will tell to a student that want to be a manager and he want to deal with international business or international relations? What is your best tip that you can tell a person like you or even younger than you?
Best tip to want to be a manager?
Yeah, want to
Or
be manager or leader. They want to do business in another country. They want to do more than just traveling.
okay, stay curious. Don't grow up. Remember when you were a kid and you just did whatever? Yeah, stay there. When you grow up, you become spoiled by the politics and rules of life that make life boring. So, yeah, stay curious.